All right, what's up? My name is Rashawn. Hold up, let me. Not new to this, actually. It can't go over my head, so probably should have wrote something down. But this is day one to my journey of day trading. Currently 25. I'm employed. I work CDL. What else? Right now, I'm in a stage of life where I'm kind of stagnant, and we're gonna show you guys why real quick. We're dealing with a hairline fracture. I just thought about time I do something that I've been kind of procrastinating with, um, and really just kick it off, make use of the time that I have while I'm home, and just figure out some stuff like where I'm good at, and just keep going with the day trading. My goal, of course, is to be profitable. So this is day one. Again, I'm gonna reiterate that day one of becoming profitable. So we're gonna like, I hope to grow, build like a community. Of course, like I post these with the impression of people like-minded to me will give me like heads up, tips and tricks, or maybe somebody could learn some stuff from me. And that's just how we're gonna do it for now. Right now, I got TradingView. Primarily, I trade gold. I've been doing it for probably about a month now, so I really want to lock it in. Especially, can't go nowhere, can't even go to the gym, and just making use of the time that I have home and stuff, like really doing something productive instead of just staring at the endless abyss. But anyways, like I said, I really can't remember what these freaking methods are. Honestly, these strategies and stuff. I watch guys like TJR, Side does trades, um, and a whole sort of bunch of other guys. Just like I try not to like jam everything in, like stick to one method and see if that works for long enough, and trying to keep track. Where's my book? This is my book for. I'm going all in, guys. Like I have nothing else better to do. So where's the fuck? Where's the pages? Yeah, so I took some basic notes, like of course, that I do know. Asia session, London session, New York session, Asian session pros, London session pros and cons, and New York session pros. And I didn't put any cons for New York because I just didn't see any cons to trading New York session. Something about gold really attracts me. I really don't know why. Maybe I'll learn why not. We also got some other diagrams, free little doodle here, as you can see. BOS, breaker structures, and fair value graph, FEGs, and other stuff like that. Also, for some reason, I feel like it's easier to put keep track of certain things in the back of the book, like losses and wins and stuff. But that's it for this right now. I'm gonna hop into some practice. Really want to stop saying so much also, but that's a problem for another day. So this is like my normal like thing I would do starting to. I go down to the 5 minute. It's like random, some back testing. Now, it makes sense in my head to do this stuff, right? Like when I sit here, sometimes, of course, you guys I'm gonna keep track of my win loss ratio when it shows up right here, and just not be completely oblivious. Sorry about that. Yeah. So right here, of course, what time is it now? It's 7 p.m. or my clock is off. It's 7:54 p.m. I'm on the East Coast. Yeah. So, and then, like I said, I like trading on the Asia session. Some people, all my friends that trade, not all my friends, well, there's only one other guy that I know that trades in my friend group, and he practices. He tells me to avoid Asia session all the time, and teaches on, Another handy trick he told me was like, so right now I'm looking at the US dollar and the micro for gold, and I can see obviously like I tested it a couple times. Sometimes it proves true more than others. I kept a track of that. If the dollar is selling, then gold is buying. They're just like the opposite. So right now, gold looks like it's going down, and the dollar looks like it's going up. So if I was trading today, I would honestly look for sales, unless it's like inversing and I just can't tell because it's taking so long. But so I'll go here on the 4 hour. So 2. I'll start it right here. Then I'll drag it back. Then I'll drag it all the way out. Then I'll go to the 1 hour. I already set the high for the Asia session. London session swept the highs for Asia. Didn't really look like it did much with the New York and London for the previous day. It did sweep low down here, so maybe I'll put another line. Like I said, guys, I forgot the terms of this because now I'm home. Like, I got time to lock in. I was in an accident. I want to say probably about 2 weeks now. Totaled my car, complete loss. So, as anybody that deals with life knows, when you're in a slump, you gotta find yourself. I feel like this is like kind of a breaking point in my life. It was literally the same month as my birthday. So, happy birthday. Not the sour mood, but like I said, so I'll set this. Honestly, I'll set this too because it's the Asia session, and I don't trade London or New York session. I don't know. Yeah, I haven't done it. I'm gonna just stick to what I know. So just to reiterate, I will look at this in London session. I will go for buys because it looked like London swept Asia. So, well, that was the previous day. Sorry guys. Going here, it looked like London swept the lows for Asia session. So, I'm looking for about 1800. 1800. That's about 6 p.m. So that's an hour before my trade session will start. 1907. So it doesn't even look like this order block I made, or I guess you could count it as an order block because the strategy is like, well, you could keep using it, so it's more of a fair value gap. I would honestly say because I would honestly, since it's below, I'll wait for it to break in, or at least test it a couple times, maybe once or twice, and then put in for the buy. But like I said, I kind of contradict with this because this is looking like sell. So how about we drop down? And I don't have this to help me because this is old stuff. I mean, I could look at the charts for U.S. dollars for back here, but I don't want to mess this up honestly. So I keep it to a minimum of like strategies I use to like kind of compound onto what I already know. Go back here and like I said, so it's swept New York, swept the previous Asia session. This is like decision making skills, and I've seen guys honestly like do way less thinking and just honestly look at the charts and put in for buy or sell. Like I pray for that type of like intuition or whatever. It just balls at that point because I do all this for at least one play, and so let's go down. So I don't see anything, so I'll go 15 minutes, right? Um, Just look like a good. Did I touch? May have touched a little bit. 15 minutes is the lowest I'll go to set any fair value gap, any order block, anything. And then I trade on the 5 minutes. Like I don't go anything. I don't have it the best luck with the 1 minutes. Excuse me. So honestly, I don't see anything. I mean, all the way over here, but I have a feeling that it's gonna go up, right? Because right now price is in a discount. And the reason this block, let me explain this first, right? On the 4 hour scale. I know I'm everywhere. Hopefully these videos get better as time go by. But so true day market opening is at 0 and 1800. Like I said, haven't been too profitable with this, but this is at 2. So and then I can't get it to, for some reason I can't get it to put 0 out at 0 on the 4 hour chart. So I just assume this is what it is since I'm on the East Coast or something. It does with the time, yeah. So it doesn't go to 0, it goes to 2. So then I'll make that fair value gap right here to explain this, right? If the price was a little closer, I could use this, but hopefully I get an example of what it is. And I hate like overly. If I could get like an order block or fair value gap using one of these on one of these lines as almost like a double confirmation, then I'll feel good about that. But right now it feels like I'm just scavenging for something to make a move. So honestly, this probably wouldn't even be a day for me to trade or something. Like thinking if it was live. I'll get that out there because I get super tempted when I just see the prices. Like, do that, and then I might just jump right out of practice and go and try to get a trade and lose. So it's really more of like mental fortitude. I would say I messed up and I skipped over the mental part. Like I thought to myself, like I know how to save money. I know how to manage my money pretty well. There's a million strategies out here, like the candlestick of death or the tombstones or something like a pie chart. I can't remember, but ultimately it boils down to mindset, knowing when to trade, when to only be in a trade for 5 minutes and get out of it, or whether to hold for 15 minutes, and etc. Oh yeah, there's another thing too. Oh yeah, there it goes. Forex Factory. This is good, but I don't see any. Well, obviously I'm not trading right now, but yeah. Wednesday the 24th. That's tomorrow. So today, doesn't say anything for gold. USD, GAP. Yeah, so I mean, depending on what you need to use, this is called Forex Factory. It confused me because I'm not trading Forex, but it's generally just news and stuff. Like you can see what's going on, see if it's like if you're doing oil, this is where you want to be. Twitter, of course, more like social media, whatever's in the mood, but high impact news stuff. I'm just regurgitating a whole bunch of information that I hear, honestly. Some of the stuff I might try to feel like, oh, I might try that, or if it doesn't like sit with me, I won't try it. Right now, this isn't sitting with me, so let's go. I'm a 1 hour. There's no fair value gap, no nothing. Honestly, doesn't feel like anything I can set too. So we'll just go to the one strategy where we test it with this. Like I said, I would think buy for today. Went back. Okay, finally went up. Went down. Down, 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 down. So it doesn't look like buy was for today, honestly. It looked like it sold off hard. Yeah. Oh! It broke in. It didn't even test it. I don't count this as a test. This kind of was like a border. Stayed between here for a little bit. Dropped down. Sweep of liquidity down there. And liquidity, as far as I understand it, is like it has to build up force of pressure. So the lower it goes down, the higher chance it's going to blow up. The higher it goes up, the higher chance it will go down eventually and break through whatever lines or things that it was playing around. So a lot of consolidation around here for this part. I would say there's a whole bunch of back and forth until 23. Yeah. So it broke in. Let's see if it dives back out just for. So it tests it again right here and then goes up. It sold off a little bit, so that's a good sign. So I would assume that London will continue probably to break above. No, it's playing around that range a lot, and wow, it broke through around in the New York session. So let's go to the next day. as far as gaining an idea of what I'm doing, it's more or less just repetitions and repetitions. And when a certain strategy fails me, try a new strategy. So can't sleep through the night, can't sleep through the night, baby. Okay. So today market opening, and I could look at the previous day. Looks like okay. London session swept Asia's high, and around 1900. Okay. So right now it's a good thing. It's in the box of the parameter. So I honestly wish I could get credit to who I learned this from. But the idea for this strategy will be once it breaks out, you're gonna look for sales because it's gonna dive back. In theory, it's supposed to dive back down and go through, and then of course you'll put in for buys when it tests it twice and go back up in the perfect world. So right now it's in the box. I feel pretty good with that. So set this as a stop loss. So like maybe if I was into the trade and it was here, like I would aim for right there for my stop loss, just because that was the previous Asia high. You know, well you don't know. I don't know too much either, but that's the idea. And maybe I could find another. Okay, I see a fair value gap right here that hasn't been. Right there. Oh no, yeah, that doesn't count. Because he's kind of overlap right here, so that's not a good fair value. Just to make sure I know what I'm looking at with the fair value gaps, because I don't know if it's the wick. Yeah. Okay, we're back. Sorry guys, brain fart. So there was fair value gaps everywhere, literally. So this is an example right here, right here. Okay. So that's an example of fair value gap. So you wait for the price to touch in, close, but don't close over it. So for this, so price, the wicks don't count. So it can wick in all at once. So it closed in here. Let's see. Where we at? No, where we at? Okay, there we go. So let's see why this one failed. So it closed in here, which is good, but there was no buy. So this turned into an inverse. It kept selling off. An inverse fair value gap because it disrespected it right there by going all the way down to the bottom. Now, the good idea of what it was supposed to do was break in, close with the sell, and then get a buy, breaking back out. And then obviously shooting up. I guess it did it here. Well, it tested it the first time, broke down. When it finally broke through it, kind of just kept going. Honestly, sure, this was already tested the first time, so it kind of loses its effectiveness as the more time you use it. So the first time, it just kind of got disrespected. So you could have entered in for like a sell right there and honestly aimed for like this low. Yeah, that's where it looked like it stopped out at. Oh. All right, let's get back to where we was at. So I got a little sidetracked. I forgot what a fair value gap was, and my brain just kind of pooped. Let's actually do an actual trade. What do you want to do? Aim for this high. We're gonna go with sell. So I'll come here, 5 bits. Set my stop loss at. Ooh, this is practice money, and it still gives me goosebumps. Like, and I'll aim for like right here. Honestly, so what would that even be? I'm going for the short. I think it would be like a 2-1. Right, not close right here. All right. They say go for 2-to-1 ratios. Hold on. It's a 1.25. Holy shit. So maybe bring it down here. That's way too close for comfort. Holy no. I want to leave it a little wiggle room. So a 2-1. Ultimately right there. So that is the setup. Really should be aiming for that aces high, if anything. So, and now we set the stop loss and brace for impact.
Yo, try to.
Yeah. I like Wildin'. I thought it was just that. Got the feeds to match though. So off rip, I'm looked like I was losing. Oh, started winning. Okay, let's take a pause here. Okay. This is a good example of what I want to happen. Will it hit the target though? Honestly, it broke another low right there. We're doing it play by play. So like just the excitement of this. Like, yeah, it's fake money, it's practicing, but it's like, what if though? You know? You gotta live your life with some of the what ifs. That's what keeps you going, I would say. So boom. Okay. Big retracement back there to the lines. Let's drop down to the 5-minute. Because honestly, I wouldn't, like, if this was a real trade, if it broke past here, I would close. The real strategy is to start moving. I'll do that next time, but 5. Let's do click by click, so instead of play. It broke back down. Okay, low retracement. Maybe I'll start trailing it. And that's what the mindset thing is with this whole thing, because sometimes I get so greedy, and I would sit there and just let the whole thing ride out, when really I could just close it, in theory, and make $300 right there, you know? Like, set my losses at 150, so half of that at least. I mean, really, I should put it up to here just in case. Give it a little. Oof. Would I be okay with just 65? Fuck no. So we're gonna trail it close, honestly. Half of 150. That's 150. I didn't have. Oh, and it broke down. Trail it down to half of that, which would like be like 215. I don't know. 220. 225. Okay. Break down again. Okay. Retracement. Retracement. Broke back down. 350. It seems like it draws some type of it drew some type of like I forgot the name of it, but line of resistance or something. Even trace all the way back to here. It did that. So the next low would be like right here. Honestly, I should probably would have trailed even closer. Oh, it's at 350 now. Just discarded. 225. That wouldn't be bad. But getting too excited. Let's see how long in theory I would have been in this trade for. Hold up. It would have been too long. 20. Oh man, that's like from 8 o'clock to all the way to 2 in the morning. 4 hours. That would have been a long time on front of this computer that I probably wouldn't even do it IRL. I try to keep it to a reasonable time to be in a trade, and right there, that just does not seem reasonable. So we're going to close this out. We're just going to close this in close position. So that would have been one winning trade so far with the strategies of true market day opening, which is 0, which is like midnight, middle night, which is 0 and 1800, which is 6 p.m. So let's write that down for rules to live by, and maybe this will make me more profitable. All right, I guess just to remind myself. Rules. Do I not have a working pen? Hold up. Yeah, no. I'll find a pen. Find a pen. Rules of trade. Personal rules. 1. Only trade when price is in fair value gap, FEG, for Asia session. Only trade when price is in fair value gap for Asia session. Gotta be a bit more descriptive. Rules of the trade. Only trade when price is in fair value gap for Asia session using, how do you say that? Like, I say 0 time or 0 100. 0 100, I guess. True day market opening. Which one is an example of that right there. So boom, that's one winning trade. Let's move on to the next. I'm gonna go in for a buy. 1800. Yep. So stop loss right there, right there. Oof. Let's see what that looks like. What's the ratio on that? Oh, I did the wrong thing. Let's see what the ratio is on that. So that would be the goal. Risk management too. Well, please call me out if I'm doing anything. So really for 2-1 ratio, it'll be right around here. We're consolidated, but it already broke through these highs. So I always want to give it a little wiggle room. Like this will be a stretch. This will be a stretch though, right there. 1-2-1 will be like right there. Oof. We're just gonna let this play out and see if I would have won on the 5 minutes. So right there, immediately started winning. Kept breaking, kept going, broke through. Slow line up and it broke through. Wow. So that would have been, how long that would have took? 9:55. And I'm gonna start putting some realistic numbers up here, like 5 units, like, you know, realistic numbers for me. I should say at least. Honestly, I would have started trailing right there. Yeah, I would have started trailing, right? Oh fuck, what did I do? I would have started trailing like half of that. So half of that would be like 6, no, 13. Huh? Say 6, 7. That would be 7. Oof. That's where it sold off. Maybe we'll put that right below that. Just to give it a little bit more wiggle room. Broke back down. Kept shooting up and up. Depending. If it breaks down, maybe I should have put my stop loss right there. I feel like I stopped myself out really, really soon. So maybe. And in real time, I hope this looks the same way. Oh, I don't have time. I kept going. Stop me out. Stop me out. So far, 2 for 2. So far. So right now, it still didn't break the OG order block from the previous day. But this fair value gap that it was in right here was pretty good. That was really good because well, bang, I kind of missed it because it broke into here around the New York session. Maybe I just got, well, it wasn't even a good ratio. It wasn't even a good, hold up. Oh, that was like a 1 point, I forgot, what was it? 1.5. Risk reward. Okay. Let's knock these down to 1. Just to humble myself a little bit. Oh, wait, no. Okay, that doesn't count. That don't count. All right. Let's close out strong today with the last trade, 4th trade for practice. Next video, I plan to have probably more stuff written down, but like I said, it's just a rough introduction. I kind of was motivated to make the video today, so didn't have any plan. Just sat down and said, let's get the ball rolling. So, yeah, so this trade won, right? Let's say buy. Target this one. Stop loss. Stop loss right below that line. So let's be double, so 220. You know, I wouldn't even be for that trade for that long because the day's about to end. It was going to a New York session. Stops right there. Is that a new high? It makes a new high. So just to break even, I'll put it to half of that. Maybe I'm trailing too early. Yeah, I'm trailing way too early, but see what it does there. It keeps going. It's at 124. Half that would be 60. Looks like another line of resistance right there. Let's see what it does. Let me hit the target. Remember that windows don't count. Windows don't count. So I'm on this trade with a win. So from say 250 to be exact. It's about an hour and some change in that trade. Okay. So yeah. So I'm gonna conclude it for day one. Tomorrow we're gonna go for day two. We have some better ideas. Thank you guys for tuning in. This is Roshan, also known as Lil Viral. Look forward to seeing you guys again. Peace. Trying to do fuck. Peace.